Hello, ladies. We are carrying on this month with our mindset work. Welcome back to Menopause Made Easy with Tanya. This is for every woman over the age of 40 until 100, this information. And in fact, today's episode can be used for any age. Our show today is going to do a deep dive into mind versus heart, healing and heart-centered loving and living. Today, I want to talk about something that may surprise you, or maybe it's something you've been feeling in your body but haven't had words for. We're going to explore mind versus heart, why most of us live from the neck up, and how to come home to your heart, your inner truth, your soul's compass. We're going to touch on heart coherence, intuition, the role of your nervous system, and the science behind it all, including research from the HeartMath Institute, which is a book I read many, many, many years ago. And yes, I'll guide you through a short heart coherence practice that you can do anytime, anywhere to feel more grounded, present, and whole. All right, let's dive into our beautiful mind, our amazing but overloaded mind. Our minds are amazing. They help us organize, analyze, and they help keep us safe. The mind is all about patterns and repetition. It wants certainty. It likes the known. It says, let's stick with what we did yesterday and the day before. We don't need to change. Think about that for a minute. That's very powerful. We've talked about this in many episodes before. And we will stay even if we are stressed, disconnected, overachieving, people pleasing. Life is messy. Our brains prefer to be in this known state rather than face the unknown. Ooh, right? So beautiful, but let's learn how to work with our mind and understand that it's really trying. Its job is to keep us safe, even though it may not be the safest thing. Okay, it doesn't always have to be rational. In today's culture, we are obsessed with our minds, thinking, planning, controlling, fixing. We Google everything, we strategize, we consume. But here's the thing, most of us are stuck in our heads. I deal with a lot of women who have a lot of anxiety. They just cannot get out of their heads. I'm going to talk about two women today so you can see which one you are. And when we're stuck in our head, we get disconnected from our bodies, our emotions, and especially this beautiful heart within us. This mental overload keeps our nervous system on edge, especially during this menopause period, which is the 1/3 to 1/2 of the area or the time that you will spend in your life. So, you go through your perimenopause in your late 30s, 40s. Okay. I was in there, didn't know I was in there. Lots of anxiety, very busy, very different time of my life with kids, etc., etc. And I was planting the seeds and practicing a lot of what I share with you today. More as I moved into my later 40s, when I had a little more breathing room from my children and a lot more awareness of what was happening to my body. And I think this is a product of the times, because before that, I wasn't, really on the internet because I was with my children. There wasn't the same information that's available now regarding nervous system to the mass public anyway, nervous system and anxiety and how hormones and stages of your life affected you. So it is a blessing that we have so much information now. at our fingertips. All right, so I can definitely say that my nervous system was on edge for a long time. Hormones play into that, lifestyle, busy badge, so many things to unwind here, but we're going to stick to the mind and the heart today. Right. So just as I mentioned, when our hormones are shifting and our inner landscape is asking us to pause, reconnect, and listen, which can be super challenging when you're in hustle culture, which is where I was, or just complete oblivion to how my system worked as a whole. What is heart coherence? What does it mean for your heart to be coherent? So the HeartMath Institute uses this phrase, and it's where researchers have studied the electromagnetic field of the human heart. Yes, people, we are all cells. We are just electrical beings. Okay, and it turns out that your heart has its own brain. It sends more information to your brain. Your heart sends information to your brain more than your brain sends information to your heart. When you're in a state of heart coherence, your breath, heart rate, and nervous system come into balance. Your thoughts quiet. You feel centered, you feel calm, you feel present. This is the only moment we have right here. I'll put my hand up to how many times I have not been present. I have been elsewhere. I have been working on being present, consciously present for many, many a year. When we are in this state, our immune system improves. Our ability to focus improves and increases, and we are more likely to make intuitive, aligned decisions. This is what it means to lead from the heart. Now, I'm going to tell you about two women, okay? And see, maybe you are one, maybe you are the other, maybe you are somewhere in between. Susan rolls her eyes when I mention things like heart coherence. She thinks it's horse honky, woo woo. Oh my gosh, seriously, Tanya? Okay, she lives in her head, always rushing, always stressed. She tells herself, I'll relax when everything's under control. I'll relax when everything's under control. Is everything ever going to be under control? I think not. But she never feels under control. She overthinks everything. She's scared to slow down because deep down, and I see this with people, and even myself as I was going through peeling the layers of my onion, she's afraid of what she might feel because we are a culture of suppression. We suppress by eating, drinking, Netflixing, TV, on and on. We suppress, we repress. All right. And Susan doesn't know how to listen, is afraid to listen, and that is keeping her. Remember how I did episode last week or the week before, or maybe I haven't done it yet. I have so many episodes in my head. Defensive because she's protecting herself. Okay, so just store that. Now, Karen, on the other hand, she was skeptical at first because a lot of people are, but she decided to try one of the heart-centered practices that I share, and she sat quietly for 2 minutes, which can be a lifetime for a lot of people just to sit and be still and put their hand on their heart and breathe slowly. But Karen trusted, put her hand on her heart, connected to her breath, slowed down her breath, moved into her heart, And for the first time, she began, it's a very subtle shift, everybody, but felt safe in her body. Again, I don't know if I've done this episode or not, but this whole month I have been researching uh, and and giving mindset work for this month of October. And I have so many episodes that I'll probably end up doing another month, another time. But anyway, now Karen still has hard days. Just because you're working on being coherent with your heart, listening to your intuition, doesn't mean that life becomes fluffy and unicorn like. Okay, we still have hard days. That's what life. There's still stress, of course, but instead of reacting, okay, she's responding. Very different. Okay, notice your reactions. And Karen is making decisions from a deeper place. She's beginning to trust herself again. She's becoming who she truly is, not who the world told her she should be. And in my Vibrant Living Academy, I know we have done mindset. I have a whole mindset section that is really fantastic. And one of them is that we stop shoulding on ourselves. So just be aware of how many times during the day you say, I should do this, I should do that. Or even how often you're telling other people they should do things. What's the difference between mind versus heart? So here, if you can hear yourself when I mention these statements. The mind says, what's the right answer? The heart says, what feels true to me right now? The mind reacts, the mind reacts based on the past. The heart reacts now. Actually, I don't even want to use the word reacts. It responds to the present moment. So the mind reacts based on the past. The heart responds from this present moment. The mind gets caught up in fear. And remember, when you are in fear, you are much easier to be controlled. The heart connects you to courage. Okay? And the heart, it doesn't shout, it whispers. It's very quiet, which means we need to slow down and listen, which for many a year I did not. Now I do, and I have compassion and curiosity for what my heart is saying. Let's do this heart coherence practice together. If you're driving, keep your eyes open, or if you're walking, keep your eyes open. But if you are in a sitting, quiet place, just close your eyes. It's beautiful to turn inward. We reduce this outward stimulus around us and really allow ourselves to tap into our body. Of course, if you're driving or walking, you could even stop on the side of the road, just make sure it's safe and really tap in. And if you're driving, you'll still get benefit from listening to this. Gently place your hand over your heart. So again, if you're driving, just listen. Breathe slowly in through your nose for our nitric oxide production, and also it filters bacteria. We want to be nose breathers, everybody. And you can either breathe out your mouth or out your nose, but we would like to breathe in through the nose. And just let that breath be smooth and even. Drop your awareness from your head into your chest. Feel the beating of your heart against your hand. Notice any tightness in your chest. Soften your shoulders. I always like to say, release the tension in your forehead. Feel your eyes becoming pools of liquid. Release the tension in your cheeks, throat, tongue, jaw. Softening your shoulders. And feel that beautiful heart. Now think of someone or something you appreciate. It could be a person, a pet, a memory, a beautiful sunset, gorgeous tree, and feel that appreciation in your heart. Let it grow and breathe into that feeling. Notice any resistance, any tightness coming up. This is your body's kind of resistance. Okay, remember your mind is trying to keep you safe, but we're just practicing coming into that heart, being aware of any tension, and just allowing ourselves to just focus in on a pet, a loved one, a beautiful sunrise, sunset, sparkling diamonds on the water. I love that one. A cool breeze blowing through my hair. And this is coherence. This is connection. This is your inner wisdom waking up. Just exhaling, exhaling. And again, if you are feeling scattered, frazzled, resistant, just notice those feelings. This is a practice. This is a muscle. And over time, allow yourself to just drop in. You can do this anytime, anywhere, for as long as you want. And let's just do one more breath. A nice breath in through the nose. And let's do a nice sigh on the exhale. Exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. And now you can gently open your eyes. Lately in my Vibrant Living Academy, we have been doing Meditation Monday. And really enjoying, because again, it is part of our well-being, right? We are physical, emotional, spiritual beings, and it's really important to drop in to our bodies and just connect on this deeper level, practicing the being instead of the doing. Now, why does this matter in midlife? During menopause, this menopausal transition, which can start in your late 30s, your 40s, up until you're 110 and beyond, okay, your body, especially in your 40s and 50s, is recalibrating. Your hormones are shifting, your roles may shift. And as you go into this postmenopausal phase, your identity can start to shift and your role can start to shift, and your hormones have pretty much balanced out. Okay. But we are recalibrating. And your identity, the one built around doing and giving, starts to crack. And underneath is you. And you're like, oh, who are you? I haven't seen you in a while because I've been looking after children and husbands and my career and my pets and just life. And who are you? And this is where your truth, your intuition, your wisdom unfolds. Heart coherence isn't just a spiritual idea, it's science-based. And you can read all about it at the HeartMath Institute. It's a powerful tool to help you reduce stress, balance your hormones, improve your sleep, reconnect to your inner knowing. And in this phase of your life, your knowing is your superpower. And I would even say that if you can really start to connect to this in your teens teens, your 20s and 30s at any time, oh my gosh, you will just enter your 40s and 50s in just a completely different state, one that's way less chaotic, which is, I think, how I landed in my 40s. How do we start living from the heart? Here are 5 simple ways to build heart coherence every day. Just put your hand on your heart. Breathe slowly, even for 60 seconds. And as a bonus, if you can get outside, put your bare feet on the earth. Oh my gosh, that will just ground you. You get the healing power of the ground and the beautiful breath and coherence of your heart. Practice gratitude. So I like to stack a lot of habits. So in that moment, you can just be grateful that you can hear the bird, hear the wind, feel the air. Just have this moment for yourself. And I practice gratitude all day long. I don't necessarily write things down, but you could write things down. I am just honestly immersing myself in gratitude all day long. I know some people as they're aging, they're talking to me about their eyesight and their hearing and how they're losing and they cannot hear the things they used to hear or see the things they used to see. And so every day I'm just grateful that I can see clearly. If you haven't listened to my Improve Your Eyesight or Your Vision Naturally podcast, I would recommend listening to that. Also in my Vibrant Living Academy, your eyes, your ears, your gums, your teeth, we do core classes on those, are equally as important as strong arms and strong glutes. All right. So gratitude of just, oh my gosh, this miracle of your body is just, oh, something to be grateful for every single day. Listen to your body. So take a few minutes, tap into your body during the day. It speaks your truth. Listen. It's very subtle. Remember, it's a whisper. Whisper. It's whispering to you. And I've had many, many, many a whisper that I didn't listen to that became like a sledgehammer to my head. Okay, so it's if we can listen to those whispers and trust them and move into that, that would be wonderful. Sometimes we need the sledgehammer. That's okay too. Pause before making decisions. So remember my PBA technique. This is one thing I started years ago. I write about it in my book, Cookie Dough in the Dark. Pause before making a decision. Pause before eating something, before drinking something. Does it feel aligned? Does it feel aligned? Again, it's a whisper, but you will hear it. You will hear it, and don't let your mind talk you out of it. Of course, that happens. It's happened to me, but I'm getting better and better because I can hear these two distinct voices, one from my heart and one from my mind. And practice saying no. When your heart says no, honor it. So I'm not sure which episode I talked about this, but in my midlife reboot, we are practicing saying, "Oh, that sounds wonderful. Just give me a moment, or give me some time just to think about it, and I will get back to you." Instead of saying yes immediately, you can, if you're not ready to say no immediately, you can just say, "Here, that sounds great. Give me some time to think about that." And I can definitely tell some I think just because, I don't know, anyway, it was a postmenopausal woman and I asked her something and she said no. And I was like, wow, okay. But then I was like, well, I respect her because she is not willing to do that. Um, anyway, you don't know the context of it, but it was a funny story. But I'm like, wow, that's stepping into your power. Okay. So your brain and your heart equal you. You don't have to abandon your mind. This is not talking, I'm not talking about like not listening to your mind. I'm just asking you to listen to it and see and understand how I talked about at the beginning, what your mind does for you. Okay. And so again, you don't have to abandon your mind. The goal is to create a bridge between your mind and your heart. Listen to your mind, listen to your heart, hear the different levels of sound. Your heart whispers, your mind is a little louder, your mind is keeping you safe, right? Your heart is stepping into courage and connection. Just start to feel and notice the difference between the two. And then perhaps start to lead with your heart more. And then let the mind follow with clarity. Trust. As you go about your day today, pause, put your hand on your heart, breathe, ask, what do I know deep down? What do I know deep down? Are you willing to peel that layer of your onion? Ooh, I just got some shimmy, shimmy shakes in my body. And listen, that's your wisdom. That's your truth. That's you aligned. Okay. Do you want to go in that direction? Mm. Ooh, I'd be so interested to hear what your heart is saying and what you are trying to talk your heart out of. Thank you for tuning in to Menopause Made Easy with Tanya today. If this episode resonated, please share it with a friend, a family member who needs to reconnect with her heart. Please leave me a review. I think I have 3 or 4 reviews on Apple. I don't know how to leave a review, but if you could leave a review just because I use Spotify. But even if you could go on either of Spotify or Apple and just give me a 5-star review, it's free. And it would really just help other people find my beautiful podcast. This is my service each week to step up and share my knowledge to make your life better, to make your friend's life better, to make your family life better. And if you could please share it, I would truly appreciate that. Until next time, ladies, stay vibrant, stay connected, and stay true to yourself. Thank you for listening. Big hugs, and I'll see you in the next episode.